And we are on.
Just gotta get to the finish line, you guys.
And now the party can really begin.
Well done, guys.
Digicel TV, home of rugby league. Dial star 515# to subscribe.
The TVWan News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome. This is TVWan News. I'm Jasmine Irujak. In this edition, state of emergency orders issued, investigations to crack down on police, and call to return looted goods. The State of Emergency Controller Acting Deputy Police Commissioner Donald Yamasombi has clarified that the recently announced 14-day state of emergency in Port Moresby does not include a curfew. However, several measures will be implemented. During a press conference yesterday at the police headquarters in Port Moresby, the State of Emergency Controller, Acting Deputy Police Commissioner Donald Yamasombi announced the 14-day state of emergency that will be implemented for the next 14 days. Yamasombi said there will be no curfew, but measures such as restriction on gatherings, roadblocks and searches, and nightclub closure will be enforced.
That any gatherings of persons more than 2 will be dispersed by police and military personnel. Police and military personnel that are now being deployed on the streets of National Capital District will be conducting random snap roadblocks to look for offensive weapons that may be concealed in vehicles, on persons, as well as illicit substances. So those are obvious ones. There will be no curfew. There will be no curfew in the city, except that nightclubs there will be a time set to it, maybe at 10 o'clock. They will have to close.
He said police and PNGDF personnel will now be conducting checkup on individual persons during the SOE.
Something that has never been done by our members because of too much running around in vehicles, that is search on persons, and that's something that we will be encouraging through this state of emergency, that anyone carrying any offensive weapon will be stopped, searched, and if they do carry anything on them, will be arrested and charged.
Yamasombi added that the final draft of the SOE order will be issued when it is finalized.
Orders are now being drafted. As soon as they are completed by the state lawyers and our lawyers, they will be issued.
Tracy Pa, TVWan News. Meanwhile, the SOE Controller, Acting Deputy Police Commissioner Donald Yamasombi, said police will now look critically into the conduct of citizens marching into the Parliament premises. He said the Parliament House is the standing pillar of democracy and must be respected.
people have gone into the parliament precinct. And that's one thing that we will also critically be looking into. The parliament precinct is the standing pillar of democracy. And for anyone to go in there just to air their grievances is a total mistake. So we are back on deck. We will ensure these things are thoroughly investigated, and we would like to give that confidence and comfort to all our people.
The incident that transpired on Wednesday, the 10th of January 2024, believed to be instigated by police, will be thoroughly investigated, says Controller of the State of Emergency and the Acting Deputy Commissioner of Police, Donald Yamasombi, in a press conference yesterday. Yamasombi said the investigation team will look into the conduct of police personnel who instigated the riot on Wednesday. The Sohi Controller, Acting Deputy Commissioner of Police Donald Yamasombi, said through the state of emergency, all incidents that have happened will be investigated through TAMS.
The incident that has happened on Wednesday may have been instigated by the police. That incident will be investigated thoroughly. Through the state of emergency, we will make sure all the incidents that have happened will be investigated through two teams, an incident review team and a criminal investigation will also be instituted.
Yamasombi said while the investigation continues, police personnel from outside centers have stepped in to assist the police and PNGDF personnel in City to restore normalcy.
Currently in the city, to give assurance to our residents, we have 3 mobile squads from Ley, 1 from Tomarenga, and 1 from Wabek in town. We have 120 Defense Force personnel deployed with the police. And in the Southern Division of the Mobile Squad, we have 150 personnel with about 700 personnel in the National Capital District. So the security is adequate enough to cover the whole city.
He said people must not live in fear because security is adequate. Yamasombi gave assurance to the Port Moresby residents that police will dig out the root cause of the problem to ensure that this incident does not happen again.
I'd like to give that confidence to our members of the police force as well as the residents and citizens of this country. What has happened has happened. We will get to the bottom of it. We will leave no stone unturned, and this incident must never be repeated again.
Tracy Pa, TVWan News. TVWan News continues when we come back. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
He says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bunyamyumi.
Open Lens.
true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG e Mia. Fine PNG made.
Number one supay like money belong all member is taplong pela time more time all lusim work pinis. One time number one super retirement savings account. Mipla can invest him na growing money belong you, na you can withdraw or kisim money lo time you need him. All of him you lo make him money belong you stop long time more. Kind of same you kisim money yet. That's all you know more work. Number one super retirement savings account. Come look in Mipla now lo save more.
Welcome back. With SOE orders issued yesterday, police have started work to patrol the city and in the process are recovering stolen goods, most of it white and brown goods, presumably from the Brian Bell warehouse. Much of the effort is concentrated in the Gerehu area where the warehouse was located, while random police checks on vehicles saw police confiscating some items. Good residents rose up to the call to return items in their possession.
People came out with white and brown goods stolen from the Brian Bell warehouse, voluntarily handing them back to police. 3 trucks belonging to the Brian Bell warehouse were also recovered in the process. A few residents spoke to us on camera, explaining how they got the items and their reasons for returning them. Interestingly, all those interviewed said the instructions to loot were given to them by police, who stood there and watched as the looting unfolded. They say the looting lasted until 2 a.m. in the morning, and with police providing security, they laid their hands on whatever they could get and said they're happy to return the items back. TVWan News caught up with the Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika, who was on location with his men, carrying out awareness for people to return the goods on good faith before raids are conducted and they are arrested.
And we are not wasting our time, we are not resting. Gentlemen and ladies, don't think that you will escape. You're not going to escape. We will still come and follow you. If you are running out from police, we will still hunt for you. We have come with all the strategies to maneuver around, to make sure that we capture, we retrieve all the properties. Roadblocks will be set tonight. As of tonight, roadblocks, the joint commanders, the military and mobile squads, there will be day and night operations will going forward.
Sika says all goods returned will be kept as police exhibits at the Brian Bell warehouse for further investigations, as they do not have a proper place to keep them. Police will work to record everything that has been recovered before they are returned back to the owners. Ruth Rungola, TVWan News.
NCD Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika appeals to Port Moresby residents, especially in Gerehu, to return the stolen items looted during the riot on Wednesday. Sika said as per the new SOE order issued by the controller, there will be no search warrant by the police.
NCD Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika said under the new terms of the SOE order issued by the controller, the police will now search for the stolen items that was looted during the riot on Wednesday. Sika warned the residents that they must come forward to surrender before police raided their houses without a search warrant.
That SOE, in the terms of SOE, it gives us the wider powers for police to, without the search warrant, and we are appealing to go and confiscate or retrieve the properties which were stolen from the businesses. Like for instance in Gero right now, the Brian Bell and many other stores that provide important services here.
He said the operation is now censored and police will be starting operation today to retrieve back the stolen items. He said the operation will reach out to the settlements also.
Hope of operation will go to settlements like Siraka and everywhere else.
Sika said the grace period has started today and urged residents to come forward and help police retrieve back the stolen properties.
The messy period now, it stays. Now, you start coming up and be honest to yourself, true to yourself. You can't say you are honest. You have a church signboard, your church here, right in front of here. And then we have this stolen property right here. Every time we say PNG country, Christian country, in practical, it never happens that way. So where do we stand when we talk about Christianity in this country? So what I'm appealing, as a metro of this NCD, I want to say all this nonsense must stop and cease.
Matsup Sika said the police are now in the recovery stage to bring back the city to normalcy and warned residents that they will be charged if they do not comply with the orders.
Send those properties back because we are the recovery stage now and restoring peace back in the city now. So the business can go, everybody, normal business can go, give the race that confidence and bring the image and integrity of Papua New Guinea back on stage.
Tracy Pa, TVWan News.
Only 2 days ago, Port Moresby residents witnessed the looting and burning down of shopping centres and private property of business houses. Many of these businesses established long before Papua New Guinea gained sovereignty. On Friday, January the 12th, many shopping centres in the city opened their doors to shoppers. One such step needed to encourage the restoration of normalcy to scared residents and citizens alike. CPL Group opened up doors to Stop and Shop Waigani Central, Town, Boroko and Airways, along with City Pharmacy Waigani Drive, Boroko and Vision City yesterday, despite suffering major losses in Wednesday's riots. Other shopping centers alike took heart and opened up for business to serve not only their customers in doing, encouraging the restoration of normalcy to scared residents and citizens alike. On commencing operations, CPL Group has been making efforts to secure their staff, ensure staff know that they are still on payroll, and gather information on how much and what they have truly lost.
This was unplanned for. We didn't expect this kind of turnout. We've got a lot of experience in dealing with a large crowd of customers, and we've done that in the past with Christmas. But doing that in middle of January was something that we haven't planned for. Obviously, with all the shops closed on the Garou side, all burned down at the moment, this is the only shop that's open in the central area, so we're getting an influx of all the customers from all across Port Moresby, and so far we have been dealing with the crowds quite nicely, and there's enough supplies here for everyone.
The shopping center was buzzing with activity and many eager shoppers.
For myself, I live at Taurama, at Tuna Bay. Actually, I didn't really feel comfortable moving around today, but since the shops were closed during this incident, I decided to look out for a vehicle to come, but then I actually caught a PNG to come here. Coming here was not really safe for me, and as well, I have to stay out from work just to look out for any shops to be open. But then, thank you so much for CPL for opening up, for make this time for me to come and shop and also stock up food for my family as well.
Furthermore, Group CEO Raju says they are overwhelmed with public support during this difficult time and appreciate the community's kind messages of sympathy and solidarity towards their team.
On behalf of CPL Group, I'd like to thank everyone. I'm overwhelmed. We are overwhelmed with the support that we're getting from the people, and I would like to really thank everyone. But I would like to also say that we do not endorse any kind of funding or GoFund page or anything that people are requesting us and they've been offering to us. We don't want any of this funding to go ahead. We don't endorse any. All we want is your support through our shops, and we'll get through this together.
The group has also made several calls warning Port Moresby residents not to buy stolen pharmaceutical and medical products like baby formula and prescription medicines, as it may be damaged, tampered with, or cold chain breach and wrong doses may be administered. Due to the havoc on Wednesday, the 10th of January, President of Farmers and Settlers Association Wilson Thompson shared that trucking and shipping of garden goods from local farmers to urban centers were affected. He shared that urban centers were looted and buildings destroyed or burnt down. Farmers from the highlands who sent cacao and other fresh produce by road to Lae, then to Port Moresby, were affected. Hundreds and thousands of bags of fresh produce missed the schedule. Perishables had to be abandoned and cacao was faced short in Lae, Medang and Port Moresby. The ship leaves on Thursday next week. It would be more than 7 days outside of the wharf and would go bad. Cacao would have short shelf life. Goods and currently at Goroka and Daulo districts of Eastern Highlands Province. You're watching TVWan News. Sports is next. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Add your cocoa, get up and big smile on face. Time for give chicken a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Haren talk young or roll the scale rice family meal with talk. We bring out the smiles cause it's a favorite by miles. Seni sigola scale rice low scale price. Seni sigola scale rice low scale price. But you like him?
Hey, do you know that Cell Money gives you twice the digital credits you recharge when you top up your phone with Cell Money?
Yes, I have the good news. So now I put 3 kina in my phone. I receive 6 kina credit.
Well, that's why now I like to top up 5 kina because I receive 10 kina. And then I use my credits to call, send text, or get data.
Let's go to a digital store Cell Money agent today. Deposit money in your Cell Money wallet to top up and receive the double credit.
Dial *888# to do it all with Cell Money.
Cell Money, do it all with Cell Money.
Welcome back. Former rugby player, administrator, and strong women's sports activist in PNG, Sibel Sailosi, has put the current PNG national women's sevens team on notice, challenging them donning the national colors must be earned through hard work, sweat, tears, and blood. She was speaking at the Palais farewell function last week at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium in Port Moresby.
In her supporting farewell message, former rugby player, administrator, and strong women's sports activist in PNG, Sipele Sailosi, picked her moment to challenge and motivate the girls when she reflected back on how far women's rugby has come and the struggles and sacrifices they have to embrace in the process of forming women's rugby in the country. Sibella was at the forefront of the movement to introduce the sport for women. She organized the Women Rugby Union, uniting over 300 women to make it happen.
But that was the sacrifice of the girls who came before. You are not sitting here entirely because of your own efforts. You are sitting here because of the women who paved that way for you. And of course the men who supported, who stood up to be counted, to make sure that women's rugby got off the ground.
Sibella passionately spoke and shared the team culture back then and how they would compete for sports in the national team, and that's how the team was selected purely on merit. She said within 3 short years, the first national women's team called Ragianas was formed, and proud to say she was part of the team that first won gold for PNG in the Hong Kong Sevens in 2019. She added, back then they did not have Joanne Laguna, Fatima Rama, or Naomi Kelly. They just had a group of Papua New Guinean girls who were ready to put their bodies on the line for their country.
One thing I will tell you about those girls was that never was there a time, also baby. I tell you, we were best friends off the field, but on the field when we were training, we were like enemies when we trained. We were all competing for a jersey. Everyone knew no one had an easy ride into the team. You would be selected on merit to get into that team. And that is why in 3 short years, with all the struggles financially, everything, the support that we needed, the Ragianas was the first team in 2009, was the first team to win the bowl at the Hong Kong Sevens. And I'm proud to say I was part of that, playing in that team as well too. All of those girls are not here, all those girls. We didn't have Joanne Logona, we did not have Fatima Rama, we did not have Naomi Kelly. We just had a group of Papua New Guinean girls who were ready to put their bodies on the line for the country. We were not there to show off for one end. We were there because we wanted to make a statement.
In her concluding message, Sibella again challenged the PNG Palais. Are you ready to lay your lives down for your country? And secondly, are you worthy to be in the team? Saying it should never be easy getting into the national team. Belgium are in Pool A with PNG, Thailand, and new opponents in Uganda, with each match representing its own challenge. The World Rugby HSBC Sevens Challenger Series kicks off this Friday in Dubai, UAE. Terry Longwood, TVWan Sports.
The race to qualify for the men's HSBC SVNS 2025 gets underway at the Seven Stadium today, Friday, January the 12th, as 12 teams congregate on the World's Rugby HSBC Sevens Challenger 2024 start line. Dubai is the host of the first of 3 Challenger 2024 tournaments, with the men's competition then moving on to Montevideo in March and Munich on May the 18th and 19th.
The top 4 teams in the Challenger 2024 standings at the end of the 3rd tournament in Germany will take their place in the new promotion relegation playoff competition alongside the bottom 4 teams from the HSBC VSN 2024 at the grand final in Madrid. It means there is more to play for than ever as the 4th edition of the Challenger kicks off in Dubai when Germany take on Uganda on Friday. Pool A rivals Georgia and Uruguay will be the final teams to take to the Seven Stadium pitch on day 1 in what is a repeat of the 2022 Challenger final. Los Teros Sevens, who had been second in the inaugural standings before it was cancelled due to the COVID-19 pandemic, won that match 19-5 as tries which secured their passage to the World Series. Uruguay, despite equipping themselves well in last season's World Series, they will be taking nothing for granted in Dubai. Uruguay missed out on safety by a single point at the end of the 2023 series,
and were then only denied a place in the World Rugby 7 Series 2024 playoff final on points difference. Since suffering SVN's disappointment, Uruguay have qualified for the Olympic Games for the first time and will therefore use Challenger 2024 as preparation for the Paris 2024 as well as an opportunity to qualify for the SVNS 2025. Whoever comes out on top between Uruguay and Georgia on Friday will have to put themselves in a good position to do well in Dubai, with matches against Hong Kong, China and Papua New Guinea to come. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And now the regional forecast for the next 24 hours. Southern Momase and Highlands region, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands region, isolated showers and thunderstorms. And that ends TV1 News tonight. Thanks for watching. Bye now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.